Today I've pulled for you some books that use a very open-ended style. So these are non-linear, they are not storybooks, but rather these books are asking for the child to use their visual discrimination skills. These would be things to spot books, look and find what's different. These books are great for building speech and language skills. It's a very subtle and different approach for tackling those skills. I've laid them out in age order, so starting with a My Colorful World series, which is for babies and toddlers, then to the picture book series, Who's Next and Who's Ready to Play. These would be for toddlers and preschoolers. Very first book of Things to Spot would be for preschoolers. The picture puzzle books for preschoolers, kindergarten, and early elementary. You Choose is actually a book that can span several age ranges. It would probably be best for preschoolers, kindergartners, and early elementary. And then our Things to Spot series, there are actually many in that series. Those would be for early elementary and beyond. So these books are all using a very different style, a non-linear style. It's open-ended. It's great for opening up conversations about what's going on in the pictures in the book. And they're a great way for building visual discrimination, problem solving, critical thinking, vocabulary, language, all kinds of great skills. So let's start with the My Colorful World series. These two books are part of our My Colorful World series, which is designed for babies and toddlers. It's one of the earliest versions of the Things to Spot style, where children have to look at the pages and decide what's different or what's missing. These books are only $5.99. They are board books, so they're pretty durable and great for babies and toddlers. There are 4 available in this particular series. There's My Colorful World Forest, Farm, Mountain, and Under the Sea. In these books, the child is asked to consider a very simple illustration and asked a question like, which tree has different leaves? Now, in the beginning, when they're young, they might just point to their answer. But you might be able to start to model some descriptive language by talking to them about why this one is different than all of the rest. Like, these ones have a pointy shape or pointy leaves on them, whereas this one has a rounded shape and rounded leaves, and it also has branches while the others do not. Here, it's asking to find the fox whose ears are not the same. So you might talk about the fact that these foxes all have pointy ears while this one's ears are round. In this book, they are also given pages where they have to find the bird without a match. So here, they have to find the matches. So these 2 have a match. These 3 all match. These 3 match. So there's a little bit of counting going on. You might talk about the difference between that there's 2 of these, there's 3 of these, but there's only 1 of this guy, so he doesn't have a match. What's different about him than all of the rest? He has a bigger beak. He's black, while the others are pretty colorful. These are all language building discussions that you can have with your child. They make for a great bonding experience, a conversation about the book. All the while they're hearing you use all of this fabulous adjectives and descriptive language. Here they're asked to find which thing doesn't fit the category. So all of the things are leaves. Are they all leaves? No, this one is a caterpillar. So they're getting to learn nouns. So you have bird, caterpillar, leaves, boars, wolves, tree. They're learning about the things that appear in the forest, because this is about the forest. And they're also learning some adjectives and some visual discrimination skills. So these are really great books for babies and toddlers to start on that critical thinking and skill building. These 2 books are designed more like a picture book. They're a little bit different. They ask different kinds of questions and use a slightly different skill. Again, it's still visual discrimination skills, but also some descriptive language is used. So we have Who's Ready to Play and Who's Next. Now these are picture book style, so you have paper pages. In this particular book, it's asking who came first and then who left. So in every page, a different animal comes to play and who's going to come next. And it gives you a little hint here. So it's a tail of somebody. They might be able to think about what kind of animal might have a tail like that. In the next page, they get the answer, but it's saying, look who came. And they have to tell you who came and then who's coming. Who's going to come next? And you get another little clue. And then they're also asking who left. So who left the picture? In this picture we have the elephant, the tiger, and the dog, and somebody else was coming. Now the dog left, the owl came, and someone new is coming. So in each picture they have to both decide who left and who's coming. So there's a little bit of adding and subtracting going on. You might ask the child to start to count the pictures, to count the characters who are on the page, talk about what's different between each of them, what colors they have, what do dinosaurs look like, what do elephants look like, what kind of features do tigers have. They have tails and stripes. These are all great ways to start conversations with your child to help them build language skills. And in this one, it's designed a little bit different. It's the same characters. See, there's little finger holes here too. These are really cool. In this one, it's who's ready to play. So every single page is exactly the same as the last, with very subtle differences the child has to find. So you always have the same lineup of animals, but they may be doing something slightly different, and the child has to decide which one is doing the different action in each page. So here it's asking who's splashing. So they have to decide which characters are splashing. Everybody else is standing still looking around. The elephant and the whale are splashing water. Here, who's upside down? So again, all of the pictures don't change too much from page to page, except that now the monkey is upside down. On this page, we're trying to find out who's ready for lunch. The koala has his leaves. Who changed color? This is going to require the child to go back to the previous page and compare the pictures. Who changed color? The chameleon. These books are from our series, Very First Things to Spot. These are designed for toddlers and preschoolers. They're the next level up of books that are designed as things to spot books that help build visual discrimination skills. They're also a very unique way to build language skills. There are 3 in this series. They are $11.99 a piece. There's the Very First Book of Things to Spot. There's the Out and About, and there's Things to Spot at Home. The Very First Book of Things to Spot is more animal themed, kind of very gender neutral. Sometimes it has cars and planes, but mostly animals throughout. Out and About features a more transportation theme. So you have bicycles, cars and houses, planes, hot air balloons, the occasional walk in the park, different kinds of sports and activities you might do. The Very First Book of Things to Spot at Home is more things that you would see in a domestic setting. So family portraits, different rooms around the house, clothes on a clothesline, setting the dinner table, feeding your pets, getting ready to go out for the weather, different clothes you might wear. And in these books, there's questions asked like, who has a yellow coat? So the child has to look around at the pictures and they see that not only this guy, but this woman also has a yellow coat. Find 2 children that have their hoods up. So who's got their hood on? This little girl and this little boy have their hood on. And here you could also find opportunities to talk about the differences between the girl's coat and the boy's coat, and the fact that he's holding an umbrella. It's asking who's opening an umbrella. So they not only have to find the 2 people that have the umbrella, but the one who's actually got his open. And I love that the questions don't appear right next to the answers. So here it's asking to count the flowers, but the flowers are all the way over here. Where's the red scarf? All the way over here. The pages are very durable, so they're going to be able to withstand a lot of use and turning. They don't bend easily. So it's perfect for toddlers and preschoolers. These 2 books are from our Picture Puzzle series books. So these books use the search and find style, and they are actually for preschoolers, kindergartners, and early elementary. The pictures in them are a lot more intricate than in the other books that I showed you. These are $14.99 a piece, and there are 4 available. I have for you Farm Picture Puzzle Book and Cats and Dogs Picture Puzzle Book. So here, as you can see, the pictures are a lot more busy. There's lots more to find. So some of the things that it's asking you to find are spot 3 dogs that are showing their teeth. Now, I looked all over this picture for about 5 to 10 minutes, and I had a really hard time finding it, but I was able to find this dog who's showing his teeth, and then these two. And this was the one that stumped me. For some reason, I did not realize that he was showing his teeth. But these are the kinds of questions that the book is asking. Another one would be which two dogs are in love. Now, that could be subject to an opinion, but that could be anything. The child has to look around the picture and decide if there's anything giving evidence to the fact that two dogs might be in love. And after searching this whole picture, I see these two dogs have a heart above their head, and their leash is also in the shape of a heart. So I think that that's the answer, but another child might see things differently and say something completely different. Here's the page of all cats. It says, find a cat that's talking to a mouse. And the answer is right here. So just a lot of great animal pictures, lots of busy things going on, lots to find, lots to talk about. You don't even have to follow exactly what the book is saying. You could talk about everything else that's going on. Like here they have an inner tube in the rain. It must be raining really hard. This is the farm picture puzzle book. Same concept, just with a farm theme. Really great books. These are lots of fun. Like I said, there's 4 available, and they are $14.99 a piece. This book is another one of our really open-ended picture books. This one is great for kindergartners, elementary. This would be good to be used in a classroom to start a class about talking about different ideas and different choices that people make. In this book, it's asking you to choose a character, so you get to pick or where you would want to go and who would be your family and friends. So the child will point to their choice, but you might be able to ask them, why did they pick who they picked? Did they like the hair? Did they like the outfit? This is a great way to open up a discussion about different kinds of descriptive language. Here you can see that the fairy is wearing a pink dress and has stars and a crown and pink hair, whereas this guy, he's very hairy and he has a beard and he looks kind of angry. So this is a great way to use a lot of descriptive adjectives and different kinds of words to describe why they chose what they chose. It could even be used as an activity for a teacher. Maybe this would be a great writing prompt for students. But it also could be used at home to build speech and language skills. Here you're choosing what kind of home you want, the really, really tall skyscraper, or the lighthouse, or the castle. What would you put in your home? This is different kinds of things. Maybe this could start some drawing and art prompts for students. What kind of car would you drive? How would you travel? How would you eat? What would you eat and why? What would you wear? The other book that's in this series is called Just Imagine, and it's the same price, same concept, except it's more of an adventure. This one is rather who would you be and why, and what kind of animal would you have, what kind of house. The other one is more of an adventure tale. Where would you go in history? If you could time travel, where would you go? Things like that. So these books are really great for starting conversations. They are $12.99. Great picture books, great to be used in the classroom. This book is from an even higher level of things to spot books. This particular one is a collected volume, which means that it has 4 books in it. So you have 1001 Animals to Spot, 1001 Things to Spot on the Farm, 1001 Things to Spot in Town, and 1001 Things to Spot Long Ago. So for $12.99, you're getting 4 books. Those 4 books by themselves would normally be $9.99, so this is a really good deal. You get 4 in 1. This is designed more for early elementary students. It could even be used with some preschoolers if they are able to count. Each page is going to be a very busy scene, asking the child to find this many mice, this many chicks, this many bowls of grain, and they can compare and contrast the different things going on in the picture and also the different numbers of items asked to be found. So like we said, we had a farm theme. There's also a history theme. There's a town theme. And the other one was animals. So not only could they find the pictures, but you can also talk about what's going on in the scenery. Are the people feeding the animals? What's going on with this birdhouse? what's happening in this hutch down here? What type of animal is it? That's something that you don't usually see in a hutch. Sometimes there's really funny things going on. Some of the sheep are getting away from the sheep shearer. So there's lots of ideas here for opening up conversations about the book. It's a great bonding experience to spend with your child. You can both do this. Siblings can do this. One can do one page while the other can do the other page. This is great for keeping children occupied on vacation, in the car, a long car ride, or on a plane, or even in the doctor's office. There's plenty to find here and lots to do. This is a really great book. This one is actually one of the best sellers for the older things to spot style of books. All of this helps you not only bond with your child and start conversations about things, it helps them utilize their visual discrimination skills, their critical thinking skills, and also language and vocabulary. So these are all really great examples of a unique way to build those skills and a fun way for your child to learn. They don't even realize that they're explicitly learning things. They're just looking for things on a page, which is super fun.